Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to assemble a lifetime basketball system. Please stay tuned and continue watching until the end because I'm going to show you all the details of how we were able to do all of this so you can do the same thing. If you want to learn how to do all kinds of handyman DIY projects, including home renovations, then you're in the best place here on YouTube. Consider subscribing to our channel and activate the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any future videos that we're going to be uploading. The reason why we are assembling this basketball system is because a few weeks ago we accidentally knocked it down with one of our trucks, and so today is the day we're going to be replacing it. Now the instructions, we're gonna be following them step by step, and it asks for you to have some basic tools like a screwdriver, a power drill, and just a few different things. So the first thing is we're gonna be putting the pole that is gonna be starting the whole process. We have all of the hardware, the connectors, the brackets, all of this came in the box. And the nice thing is it guides you step by step. And this is for the pole assembly. We're going to be using the BCO bag with the hardware material. And that's what I'm pretty much doing right here is I'm going to be assembling the pole. This thing that I'm doing is putting the screws through the pole and connecting this little plastic material. And that's going to be for when we do the handle later on in this video. It's going to be like a stopping point and area where the handle is going to go into, so you know it stays nice in place. Then from there we have the section 2. We're going to be connecting the pole from the bottom with the pole that goes on the top. And in order to do this, we have to put in one of the screws in place. Then it asks you to pound it by hand several times on each end. And once you do that, it wants you to measure the entire length of that pole, and it has to be within the certain measurement. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to measure from one end all the way to the other. This was after we pounded the pole several times, and it came to a perfect measurement that it asks you. So once you have it in place, then we can go ahead and put in that screw that goes from, that connects basically one tube with the other, and it keeps them secure in place. Then from there we're going to be assembling the backboard and connecting the hoop onto it. So this is the next bag, the that has all what is needed, which is the BCS. So like I said, this system is very practical. If you follow it step by step, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm laying out all the hardware, following the process. In this one, it asks for me to connect both of those brackets. That's going to help to support the hoop onto the backboard. And in order to connect those, we put in a couple screws that go to each one, and then it has like a U bracket that loops around. And once you have that ready, we're putting it in place. We just kind of set it there on the backboard. But at the same time, it wants you to start putting the screws through the hoop. So those are the two screws that you see right there. We put them with the washer and a little adapter. And from there, we have to flip over this backboard. And once you have that ready, then you can put it through the hoop and the backboard so it connects it. And since it has all the holes, you know, pre-drilled and the bolts through there, we're just basically putting it in place. And we just need to tighten up those nuts. I'm doing the first two on the top right now, and then on the other side it asks for you to put the springs. So those are the two that you see right there, And then on the other side, you have the springs, and then you have a little bracket there, and then on top you have those nuts that tightens everything together. So that's what we have to do in order to connect this hoop to the backboard. And we have a drill, you know. I mean, you can use some of the things by hand, but in most cases, if you have a drill, that's going to help you out. Once you have that in place, then we can go ahead and bend the support brackets about 45 degrees, you know, until it reaches the holes there. And that's what we're doing. Now, one tip that I recommend is don't over tighten everything until the very end. It actually asks for you to tighten everything when you put in the pressure springs, which is later on in this video. So once you have those brackets installed, then we're gonna go ahead and use these long screws. They are the BCR from the BCR bag, and the next step is pretty much putting these long poles. In order to do so, you have to put in the long screw through the pole, and then in between where it connects, you have to put in like a plastic washer. So you want to put in the plastic washer in between each area, and at the very end you want to put in the nut, which that's going to tighten everything. And once you have those 4 poles in place, then we can go ahead and start working on the larger pole. So we move the position of the backboard, lifted up all those poles, then I'm helping out and just holding the main pole in place, while my helper, he's just putting in the screw all the way through. And we're just gonna use those long screws, and in between the pole and those little ones, it has like the plastic washers. And at the end, you know, we're just using the nuts and tighten everything up. The next step, it wants us to start working on the handle, and that's part of this BCT bag. There comes like a square metal pole and also this plastic gray handle. The first thing to get this going is I have to put in like this couple hardware adapters, connect them, and then that square metal bracket, that's where the handle is going to be attached to that. So that's what I'm working on right here, attaching it to that square metal. And then this stainless steel, like this metal that you see right there, that's what slides up and down for the height measurement. Now there's like a sticker that it asks you to put it on there. You just basically stick it on that metal, and then from there you can screw it in. You can put it inside of that square black metal, and you just screw it into place, and that's how you do the handle portion. So from there, we're gonna be able to connect it to the main pole with one of those long screws that you see right there. So that's the washer that I was mentioning earlier. You see that black kind of plastic washer? It has to go in between each area. So that had to be done with all the prior ones as well. And then it's recommended to have a hammer. You just basically drive it through until it goes all the way to the other end, and then you just tighten it with one of those nuts. And once you have that in place, that's pretty much how you can assemble the main pole and connect it to the backboard. The only other thing we got to do right here is put on those large springs. We have to stretch it. This was quite hard to do, but you just have to pull it up, you know, with quite a bit of strength and hook it on to that area, and that's pretty much it. Then from here we can be able to lift up this pole. You'll definitely need 2 people to do this and put it into the base, and that's how you do it. So the only thing that we have to do from here is put on the net of the basketball, and I'm also going to be putting in a screw on the side that attaches that pole we just put into the base. Now another thing that it also asks for you to do is to tap on the pole at the top so it goes down even further. Before we do that, we're just connecting the hoop, taking out the plastic. We're going to be putting in this scoreboard, It's like a little plastic thing you just screw onto there. And this is the thing that I mentioned. It wants you to tap the pole. You just get like a 2x4 or a piece of wood, and then you hit it with the hammer several times until it goes down a few inches. And once it does that, then we can go ahead and screw through one of the holes so it attaches to the bottom base. But that's pretty much it. You know, that's the step-by-step process of how you can assemble a lifetime basketball system step by step. We hope you like this video. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any future videos that we're going to be uploading. Hit the like button, send us a comment, let us know if you have any questions. I'm going to be leaving some links in the description with tools and products that we recommend. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the next project.